Okay, so done a bunch of general overviews, and I want to take a look a little bit more at the scratching side of this. Oh, whoops, the camera wasn't on me. By the way, I mean, if you're watching some of these videos, keep in mind I'm using my phone. I mean, it is a Trail, but it's not the greatest sound quality. It's not the greatest video quality either. So just keep that in mind, please. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I want to take a look at some of the scratching features, just generally the turntable, the vinyl, or whatever you want to call this, what it looks like, what it feels like, in my opinion, and the fader a little bit. And actually, why don't I just start right there with the fader. As I've mentioned, they use the flagship fader that they have in their normal Newmark flagship mixer, which I still don't know what it is. But this little knob right here, very key. On a mixer I used to use, the button, well, it wasn't a button, it was a switch, kind of like these, was all the way in the back. So during a mix, I could never change it. So if I wanted to be, nice, smooth, transitional mixing, I had to have it set on the smooth transitional mix setting. If I wanted to scratch it all, grab scratch, or really any kind of real deep scratch, I'd have to kind of figure that out in the middle of my mix, go in the back, and go in the middle of my set, switch it, and then do it accordingly. Right here, it's all in the front. The knob, I can adjust it to my sensitivity, which I like, because I don't really like it where if I'm scratching, I like to have it a little bit more towards the mixing side. So I gotta open it up. I gotta really move a little bit more, probably about a third of the way to the middle line before this becomes really before the subordinate channel becomes active. That's just how I like to scratch, but the great thing about this is, however you like to scratch, you can, because of this nice little knob here. So that's something new to me that I like. And it's right here in the front, so it's very easy to do. Okay, so that's said. Let's talk about the actual piece of vinyl, or whatever you want to call this. It's really not vinyl. The biggest difference that I have noticed is that there's no grooves in it. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I mean, to someone that there wouldn't be any grooves, but at the same time, it's kind of like, oh, there are grooves, so it feels different. Because everyone's used to grooves in it, because you need the grooves to actually put the sound out. Well, I'm not used to having no grooves, so it feels a little bit different to me. It's almost kind of like a glass, I would say. I mean, it's not glass at all, because it's definitely a lot more hard of a material, but it feels like glass. It's kind of sheeny like glass. But it almost seems like they attempted to put mini grooves in this, but it's nothing like a real piece of vinyl as far as the groove is concerned. But I mean, in the software, whoa, whoops, that was loud. In the software, it definitely reacts like vinyl. That is a bass sound. I'm not going to attempt to do anything with that, so we'll go over. I see that there's a glare there. Sorry about that. There's like zero latency. It's ridiculous. So that's how that's going. How you put these things in is it comes with the platter right here, disassembled. So you actually see the inside of the turntable. You see the drive. You put it down, and then right here, actually, there is a little, you probably can't see it too well, I apologize, but that's that Allen wrench that I mentioned in one of my other videos. You just undo it, and then this thing pops off, and there's an actual slip mat under there. I guess I should have done that on one of these for demonstration purposes, but you get the idea. It's a little slip mat. It says Newmark on it. Who knows, maybe they'll make some other ones to kind of personalize your setup, although I don't see the real need to, because you need to unscrew this to get to your slip mat anyway. You're not changing these at all. So that kind of seems silly and redundant. There's going to be no reason to personalize it, but maybe they will. Who knows? They do ridiculous things all the time anyway. But I mentioned in the last video something about cue points and scratching with cue points. Well, here in this little mini track, it's actually a drop I have with a very risque voice making a very risque sound if you want to have a listen. So ordinarily you would scratch that. I really can't demonstrate because, like I said, I'm holding my camera how to scratch that normally, but I'll give you a little demo of how you can quote-unquote scratch it with a cue point. Alright, that's just a little, I mean, and the whole time, I'm just sitting here going like this. I think you get the idea. So, that's a little demo about that. Hope this has been a help.